Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the south side is the blue Abbasid Dynasty with Miss Cat number 2. Spawn on top left side is the pink House of Lancaster. We've got Chuckfrancis. When it comes to this map, I actually don't really remember seeing the or cast the jungle sort of style all too often, so this is a little bit unique. Will it make a difference? Probably not. When it comes to map generation, blue's forest spawn in front of them, providing some natural coverage there. While pink has this long one spawn behind him. House Wisdom's going on up. It is Abbasid Dynasty, of course. Excuse me. Other aspects, got the abandoned posts here to scout out additional nearby regions around the sacred sites primarily. We do also have a number of spearmen being pulled out by the House of Lancaster. So we've got a spearman rush by the House of Lancaster, which is not very common for them. Exotic Doggo wants the stick. Throw him the stick. House of Wisdom's now up and going. And of course, House of Wisdom does provide a lot of rush resistance with +5 range or fire armor. Though it looks like does miss out on this mine there. He needs another 20 gold. 8, 10. So needs 2 more pieces of gold. He's tasking multiple villagers there. Just needs a couple pebbles of gold. Villagers getting hit. When Pink sees these villagers push forward, he knows that his opponent's missing some. He needs to drop off that piece of gold. He has that villager fully surrounded. That was 1 piece of gold, and he still needs 1 piece of gold. Oof. And he also managed to pick off 1 villager there. Tasking 3 healthy villagers forward as well. He just needed 1 pebble. 1 little nugget of gold, and grabs himself a 2nd villager. Oof. Military wings not going up for the Abbasid Dynasty. He probably can go with that just for the extra 2 spearmen archers. House of Lancaster almost has enough gold on age on up, so Abbasid Dynasty will age up first. And Abbasid Dynasty does have some of the best economy in the game. His first tier 1 golden age is plus 15% gathering rate for all resources, which is quite massive. So losing those 2 villagers is just a setback, not a massive setback. Abbey King's going on up, which will give him a handful of heavy infantry, which Abbasid Dynasty will have to mostly rely on camel archers to counter the heavy infantry. But he can only get 4 of Lords of Lancaster, and they have like what, 2 melee armor? So spearmen should be adequate as well as archers. The lords themselves do provide a 5% health aura in comparison to boot camp, which just provides plus 15. So all 4 lords will result in more effects. But of course you have to get all 4 lords, which they're a good unit, don't get me wrong, but still not exactly just quick research and good. Finds another sheeple there. How's the sheeple? 18 for blue, 15 for pink. He's collecting up these berries quite nicely. Of course, he does have the improved berries. So his sheeple are largely, his flock of sheep are still here. Stable going on up. I'm for this to build in his life as well as archery range. He knows he finds against House of Lancaster, and this age, of course, will be the Abbey King, so Lords of Lancaster, Yeomen, and Spearmen, and of course his unique horsemen. Big pile of structures going up, including an archery range and a pair of housing. Another housing there. That's 5 structures there, so that will get him Golden Age Tier 1, that's why he's building all the housing. And plus, it's housing, it will be useful eventually. And honestly, and militaries start growing relatively quickly. Spearmen archers are here. Got a pair of horsemen being blown on the field by the Abbasid Dynasty. Looks like he canceled 1 and rebuilt, queued up 1. Lords of Lancaster now being built. You can see here, heavy infantry, 2-2 armor, good amount of health. Damage is actually not that high. It's deceptively low due to the high or very long attack speed. But still, he offers a good amount of health and bulkiness. When the archers may go down, the Lord of Lancaster has man at arms movement speed, while the spearman, of course, has spearman movement speed. Try and engage that archer there, not archer, spearman. Now the Lord of Lancaster in the field does pick off that unit there. The 2 Dark Age spearmen can be falling on back now. Scout taking some hits there. Abbasid Dynasty going for heavy and archers, not too bad of idea. Even if yeomen are slightly better because of composite bow upgrade in next age, which is very handy indeed. You'll likely age up to the economic wing. He could possibly go for culture wing. See, both are a good possibility. If he wants to go straight into pure age, probably go to culture wing. But if he wants to go just focus on his military in age 3, then probably go to the economic wing. Four for Lord of Lancaster on the build queue, another spearman and a pair of yeomen. These forces may ambush scout. They did in fact ambush from the bush because they became a bush. House Lancaster player is now going for his unique horseman, the Obler, cheaper but weaker horseman, which does have gold cost around the wood. Four Lords of Lancaster provides X amount of health. Do we have boot camp? No, we do not have boot camp. It's a cheap upgrade. He should probably eye it. Need to focus on those spearmans. Spearman taking some damage there. Archers do split up, just trying to avoid it being pursued. Got some yeomen in the field, have intimidator speed, same damage as a archer, but do have +1 tile. Good number of archers here. Number of hobblers here. The counter range unit. No spearmen, just 6 archers. Horseman could charge forward, draw some fire away from archers. Nope, the unique horseman does fall back. Right now, blue does an army size of 32 versus 19, as an army value of 3305 versus 2135. So blue does have the superior large army. Though it's sort of lacking spearmen, so is pink. Both sides sort of lacking spearmen. Pink has a handful of spearmen, mostly going to rely on Lords of Lancaster. Archers do take some damage there. Oh, actually killed that sheeple. Not sure why there's sheep there. Horseman straight forward. Big fight here. Blue archers need to focus down the spearmen, but looks like going. Yep, does find some spearmen in the back line, where the archers were, the yeomen. Doing a good job focusing down the horsemen, trying to focus tank down the yeomen. All the spearmen now down for pink. Blue's front line of horsemen doing well enough for everything there. As pink's back line got cleaned up, and now the Lord's Lancaster last to go down. Excellent engagement there by blue. Right now it comes to destroyed value. Blue has a 2,900 destroyed value versus 1,300, so far superior in favor of blue. Got some manners now on the field. Now the fresh food stuff's being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player, reducing the cost of villagers by 40%, which is a nice little upgrade. Warriors trying to go for a counterattack, looks like. We do have one camel archer in the field, which also provides camel unease debuff against the Hoblars, even though it is a ranged unit, so Hoblars will both do bonus damage against it. Do now wheelbarrow and +1 range damage for the Abbasid Dynasty player. That's fine. Potentially some villagers there. Pink so far has cut off 3 villagers. Not sure. Yet there's one did go down there. We saw the other 2 go down early at the start of the game. More archers, more horsemen for the Abbasid Dynasty player. And looks like Hoblars once again goes back to those villagers. One villager looks like will go down. None of these Hoblars have minimal health. Right now they do have a similar villager number. There may have been a bit of time with the House of Lancaster didn't build villagers because he's killed 4 villagers, so this number should be 4 different approximately, but that's simply not the case. I apologize, but I'm going to be opening up a drink that's next to me. Those Hoblars pushing forward, archers putting some rounds into the camp, archer down. Horsemen and archers are advancing. There is a set of walls that hold them back for a brief moment. There might be an opening there for stuff to traverse through. Archers get some damage there. The fact that these guys move around like that, perhaps not enough space to move around. There's a handful of forces there. Quickly torching on through the outpost. Archer's backing off. Camel archer backing on off as well. Horsemen archers are backing on off. These forces are advancing slowly forward. Number of spear in the back line. Blue is also taking a lot of free damage there. Horsemen rotating around. Archers need to focus on those spearmen. Spearman does run into a bit of an ambush of spearmen. Horsemen on the flanks as well. And Blue's overall falling back. None of these horsemen got stuck in the berry bushes, so it took quite a bit of losses there. Pink now has a higher destroyed value than Blue, so lost a good number of forces there. Look at all those horsemen down. Pair of watchtowers there. Horsemen rotating around, getting some good damage on those hoblars. There's enough forces here to quickly torch down those towers. Phalanx and Hardened Spearmen being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty now. He just needs a general front line list mode. Villagers inside the outpost, but there's 2 villagers that couldn't get inside in time. This outpost is starting to go on down. He decides just to evacuate, which is a good idea. This one could also evacuate more southwards. Archers coming for a nice little flank. And Pink is starting to fall back now. Horsemen sort of push way forward and push the way back. Horsemen archers, mostly just archers, are here. Handful of spearmen. We got another broad axe, mining research. These forces push way forward. Blue does spot all this. Very nice. Pink does not have a scout in this formation, so we may or may not have seen that scout there. Villagers now being pursued, taking some losses. Outposts down here. Archers in a good position to start firing away. Any bit of everything. Villagers starting to evacuate from the region. Hoblars slowly going down. The yeomen not in this formation. Let's push way forward. Bit of a problem there. Horsemen sort of hold the line. Lords of Lancaster does take a bit of damage. Our Hoblars do manage to get all the way around. Spearmen trying to pursue these Hoblars. Blue has a very healthy number of archers in the field. Both players are pretty close to aging on up. Lords of Lancaster, the House Lancaster player has a bit more closer. We've got now the horsemen on the flank, as well as the archers there. Spearmen on the wrong side. Blue Spearman, what few numbers he has. He's starting to engage. These archers are trying to task these guys here. Needs to be general a move forward. He's taking a lot of free losses there. Missing a lot of free shots, and Pink's army does get fully surrounded. It looks like all of them will be going on down. Over here, Pink has some reinforcements, so does Blue. Right now, Pink has a lower destroyed value by 2,000. We'll be taking some more losses on this retreat. Golden Age Tier 2 now activated. Abbasid Dynasty has enough to age up, going for Economic Wing. As I predicted, but this game's gone long enough, it's hard. My prediction just simply no longer valid. Good number of farms in the field. Some of them are a bit far away. Alas, that gold just got obtained. Gold spot spots down south. It would be nice. He has enough gold to age up, so maybe eyeing to just collect up some more food and age up himself, especially when he sees the Abbasid Dynasty's economic wing gets completed. Last of the deer being cleaned on up, though it does all get spotted there. Horsemen find some of these villagers. Right now, blue's killed off 9 villagers, pink's killed off 13. Pink either age up with a white tower, which may be needed for extra defensive replacement, though the king's cool egg would also be very nice for all the unique technologies and cost reduction on all technologies. Into now the composite bowman and the veteran archer research with +2 range damage. Boot camp has been researched a bit of time ago, sorry, sort of missed that. Looks like these abandoned posts are no longer abandoned. The white tower now queued on up, or right there. I thought it was going to be deployed next to a gold deposit. But at least allow them to project over that way a little bit. Horsemen start to push way forward. Spearmen assisting. Yeoman in the back line. Looks like only one more of Lancaster's on the field. Archers here in very good numbers, and with the composite bowman, they just have a lot of extra DPS. I mentioned the tech up advantage. They are just really good right now. These hobars have 4 armor, and these archers have 9 damage per most. They're doing 5 damage per arrow. We do now have the veteran Hobler and the veteran Yeoman upgrade. Got one email on the build to keep the Abbasid Dynasty player, and basically just an army of archers. And with the higher attack speed, he's able to rip through these Hobars no problem. Not to mention they're just missing all their upgrades, so they're taking a lot of damage. 20 arrows would knock each one out. And there's over 43 archers, so he can potentially take out 2 per volley. And with after all those upgrades, including +1 range armor, those all just start doing 3 damage per shot. Now I have to fight against 120 health. So take 40 arrows, so doubles the longevity against whole blows against those archers now. So if all of them shoot one target, it will kill off one, but that will be quite a bit of focus fire. Got another precision volley or singer's eye shot. I always get that name mixed up. Volley fire is something from Company Heroes 2. Villagers here maybe going down. Does get a good volley there. Some Giloms now being employed in the field. Villagers take some hits here. There is a secondary town center here and a tertiary town center. I sorry I missed that. Wait, there's 5 town centers. When did I miss that? All of a sudden there's 5 town centers? How did I miss 5 or 4 town centers going up? Their villager count is very similar at the moment. With a fresh food stuff upgrade, these villages are much cheaper, 30 food, so far easier to support all those town centers. And of course, with the Fertile Crescent upgrade, these town centers do actually have a reduced cost down to 280 for 245, effectively costing a little over 600. We do also have now the advanced economic technologies being researched as well. The agriculture research, plus 15% gathering rate from farms. And seeing the maximum upgrades throughout these 3 is 30%, so additional plus 50% more effective farms. I mentioned the Golden Age 2 or 1. There's another plus 50%. So in total, you'll have the effects of all the food technologies and then, of course, the regular food technologies. So a lot of extra food income, to say the least. Increase in manners not being researched. Sacred site being captured. This one has been interrupted. Camel Rider slicing apart that monk now. Trying for an outpost here. Just keep watch of that region. Got these forces on push way forward. So the gate is starting to be safe. However, some of these villagers are exposed and getting sliced apart. These Giloms need to start moving towards that region. The gate may be safe. Scouts still being pursued. Hobars find some archers. A little bit too many of them. The gate does get saved. 2 villagers remain. So far, Pink killed off 32 villagers versus 9. And Blue has a 20 villager advantage thanks to the additional town centers. Golden Age Tier 3 now complete. Looks like these units are off the point here. There we go. How many relics have I picked up both sides? I haven't been paying close enough attention to that. There's a pink picked up 3, blue picked up 2. Berkshire Palace not being deployed in the field. Right there. I guess he just wants to protect the flank. There's no gold, there's no resources really being protected there, so I'm not sure what his primary job is. Up here, we do have both large gold deposits, I forgot to mention, as well as a small one. So this area is a high area that both players should contest quite severely. Blue could eye for some keeps in this region sooner rather than later. And Pink also enough stone for a keep as well. Cultural ring is being researched. Villager getting bitten by the dog. Recommend you give him some head pats. Scottish being researched. Pink does have a secondary town center. With culturing research, he can immediately go for the upgrade to make all of his technologies cheaper. Areas for all the university techs. A very large number of outposts there. Blue realized that the gold is in this region, so he's going to try to lock it down. Pink has an army of 47 yeomen, 20 Earl's Guard, 4 more on the way, 17 crossbowmen, and a handful of hobblers and spearmen, 2 Lords Lancaster, while the other 2 is on the build queue. But Abbasid just have archers and Gilams. Gilams are very nice. Archers in this situation is definitely a good call. Right now, both players at maximum population. Army value is 12,000 versus 10,000, so Pink has a slight advantage. Armors will get picked off there a little bit early. Elite armor tactics for the House of Lancaster. Incendiary arrows for the Abbasid Dynasty. Into what camel upgrade is this? Camel support. Camels increasing nearby armor and infantry units. He has no camels in the field. Oh, this synchronized shot there gets a pretty good cleave there. Gilams are pretty healthy as they're a good frontline unit, though they will be lacking versus the Lords of Lancaster and the the Earl's Guard. Since Earl's Guard can get a lot of extra bonus damage with the White Tower and the Berkshire Palace, at least have +2. More keeps will increase up to eventually up to +4. Another precision shot. Oh! That was a pretty good shot there. He did dodge it, but that could have been much worse. Pink's getting a lot of good free hits there. Mass engagement there. The armor tech has not been fished by the House of Lancaster. Billman upgrade on the House of Lancaster as well. Blue has, of course, +3 range armor being researched. Mangonel is overall a good choice against all the yeomen, but it goes down to all the guys of pointy 6. And village drop of 8%, very useful upgrade. Pink's trying to go for a keep here, got the outposts here. One of those upgrades spring golem placements, this one. Board and man are trying to go up on the field. Horsemen sort of push way forward. Composite bowmen are advancing with incendiary arrows. Blue's horsemen are trying to counterattack. Got also a camel here for some bit of support. Manor has been built. One of the lords to go down. More horsemen being established here. Another lord goes down. Right now, both players have similar military size. Blue's doing a big job of remaxing with around a horseman for blue. Horseman sort of pushed way forward. Precision shot there, cleaving through a good number of those archers. More archers and horsemen pushing on the flank. Yeomen firing down here. No incendiaries. We do have biology from research as well as the lethal blur upgrade. Pink is collecting from the gold deposit at the moment. Blue has a decent reserve of gold of 1200 versus 600. Archers push way forward, get some damage on the Earl's guards. Good amount of damage there. Another precision volley there. Gets a great volley. Pink's synchronized shots been largely on point. Force them straight forward to the town center now. Horsemen are heading down south. Do have the Berkshire Palace also firing away. Archers push me forward. Got a couple camel archers mixed on in, primarily for the camel support likely. They're just dark gauge variants. Earl's Guard push me forward here. They're probably the free ones from this keep. Outpost under fire from the Earl's Guard. Trying to still collect that gold deposit there. Second side has been captured. These horsemen heading down south. Apologize, trying to raid the villagers. We got now a culverin here ready to take down some of those keeps. Hopefully, trying to intercept it. Keeps taking some hits there. Horseman torching down some of these housing, trying to pop cap his opponent, which might be successful to a certain extent, but there's a couple towns that is of yield. Another precision volley there. That's good hit there on those villagers. Does take out some of the hovers. Pink's armies managed to break on through. Mostly just Blue's archers remain. Blue has a still pretty good gold reserve. I've not really been spending all too much. Just going for horsemen, archers, handful of guillaumes, and going for a couple more camel archers. Veteran camel archers now being researched now. Archers push, or horsemen and archers push on the flank. There's push and volley there. Probably the weakest one I saw casted. Keeps starting to siege down some of these outposts now. Things has more reinforcements being brought in. It includes a couple hand cannoneers, but mostly yeoman Earl's guards. Keep taking some damage there. Another precision volley there. Cannons still firing away against that keep. Already knock it down. Currently there's right now 6 or 3 culverins in the field, which is quite a significant number of them. Elite armor techs now on the way for the Abbasid Dynasty player. Archers firing away. Culverins taking out that keep. Hobo try to hit the culverins. One of them does go down. Composite bombers just try to hit everything in the front line. That's right. Crossbow probably be a good counter for one for them. Though hand cannoneers is pretty good with Abbasid Dynasty since hand cannoneers already have higher than base health than crossbow and the archers. At boot camp, they're pretty healthy. Another precision volley there. Gains some good hits. Just trying to fall back. Has a numbers disadvantage, and when it comes to army value, down by 3,000 or about 25%. Senior has been researched by the House of Lancaster. Magno now deployed in the field. This outpost is still alive, slowly being burnt down. All the keeps in this region has gone down, but Pink is collecting from both those gold deposits. There's 6,000 and 7,000 gold left in both those deposits. Blue has enough gold to work with. Incendiary is being researched by the House of Lancaster player. Another precision volley there. House of Lancaster does have some castle age crossbow in the field. Horseman push way forward. 2 Magnetos on the field for Blue. Bit of damage there. Mangonel's starting to fall back. Blue's starting to falling back entirely. Down half, almost half the army value right now. Pink's able to just push his way forward. Blue's unable to interrupt gold mining. He has a bit of gold left here, 269, so not a whole lot. You could eye forbid trade. Starting to take out some of those villagers, takes out one of those stone miners there. Earl's Guard hacking parts of these villagers now. Blue's going for stone architects, court architects, elite crossbone, and level 3 farming. Right now, the Abbasid is low on all resources. I think it's a good stockpile of all resources. Horsemen pushing around, trying to hit those yeomen. Right now, Pink is somewhat vulnerable to horsemen. Does have good Earl's Guard, but they can't protect the yeomen and hand cannoneers, as well as spearmen without the spear brace ability. Right now the Earl's Guard are pretty well set, 23 damage. They can still easily fight horsemen. Horsemen, of course, would do double damage versus the villagers. Not villagers. Cavalry. Sorry, my mind's melted right now. We got a number of, let's see, 4 camel archers, 6 gilams, 22 crossbowmen, 25 archers, and 28 horsemen. Blue has a pretty good range force. Does hit some of these villagers again. That keep goes down. Okay, it's cancelled, I should say. Abbasid player does still have over 1,000 stone in the bank. Takes a cash up by Blue. He definitely needs as much gold as possible from other sources. Horsemen sort of pull back a little bit. Crossbow archers firing happily away from the back line. Horsemen trying to get those yeomen now. Crossbow firing away. These horsemen are pushing forward, but they're getting picked on off slowly. House Lancaster player has plenty of resources. He is going for the yeoman and spearman, gets Plu's melee armor by 3, which is very nice to have. Battering rams on the flank. We do have an outpost here, fortified outpost, spring golden placement. How much left from these gold deposits? 4,000 and 5,600. Military Academy is being used for the Lords of Lancaster. Those keep trying to go on up there. Does take a small amount of damage there from the precision shot. Horsemen sort of fall back down south. Overlord is charging right forward. Keep is about to go on up. Crossbow, if Blue's armor just needs to stand and fight at this moment. Blue's keep does go on up, give him a little extra breathing room. More horsemen being put on some in the field. Blue just needs all of his gold going to crossbow in this moment. And use something that's helping out to hold back the Earl's Guard. Looks like Blue will hold on over here. Over here do have some of these Overlords being intercepted. Thought I heard a battering ram. Is it over here? Maybe I heard these battering rams summon. So I torch down some more of these outposts. Blue has multiple battering rams ready to batter down this wall. This is the one that's damaged. Horsemen slowly being picked apart by this keep. Not to mention there's a manor here. Horsemen back over here, falling back. Both players have over 100 military forces in the field. Actually, both a little bit low on villagers. Blue has quite a bit of wood stockpiled up, needs more food, as well as gold. This gold deposit still has 1,300 left. This big one has 41, 39. So about nearly 10,000 gold still left up there. Crossman's starting to fall back now. Over here, got the Overlords find some villagers. Trying to torch down the manor. Horsemen trying to find some more villagers over here. Horsemen moving around here. These group of horsemen here. More horsemen. Just Blue just going for pretty much mass horsemen at this moment in time. Pink just may want to go for a healthy number of spearmen. He does have a good number of billmen on the field. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. Culverin does go down there. Of course, he doesn't have anything to break through the stone walls in this region, though you can quickly summon something. Since he is Abbasid Dynasty. Plenty of wood as well, so going for a set of battering rams won't be too difficult. Hopefully it has lightweight construction beams for fast production speed. Battering ram does go down there. Horsemen running over here. Trying to torch down that wall. There is, of course, a nice little opening there. Looks like the battering rams clean up the area quite nicely. Abbasid Dynasty and House of Lancaster still having trouble remaxing. Though House of Lancaster player has plenty of resources to remax. Abbasid Dynasty does as well. Has some units queued on up. Trying to find some more of these villagers. Force heading more down south. Got these forces starting to push the way forward in. We got these forces here, including a pair of battering rams, so break on through. Horsemen engage the Hoblars. These forces heading down south. Some of these councilors taking some damage now. Hoblars just in very, very large numbers. As soon as he needs more spearmen, he has 0 spear in the field. Villager does go down there, trying to push down some of these farms. More horsemen being deployed in the field. Some of these forces being cleaned on up. Pink is pulling back this little army. Hobo's going to push way forward now. More archers and crossmen firing away. Horsemen on intercept. The extra armor of these guys here is very nice, but I thought he had a padded jacket upgrade. Must be going crazy. Unless he canceled it. Now the spearmen. I thought it said spearmen and Hoblars had that +3 armor. Maybe it was another unit. I'm mistaken. This force will be cleaned on up. Blue's down to 79 villagers. Pink's at 87. Pink and blue are very far from being re-maxed out. Nor do they have Qs going to for a bit of replacement. Villagers trying to repair up this keep. Culver and firing away. The game's good to there on that keep. $200 available for the Abbasid player. He's also low on food at the moment. Trying to force some of these guys back here. Blue's getting a good number of archers on the field. Culver's still causing issues, so the horsemen have to go charge forward and start picking them off. Does manage to pick both of them off just in time. Silk Potion now being researched by the Halls of Lancaster. I'm so surprised that it has taken this long to research. And looks like Blue just go ahead and resign this Angrade. So you can thank you for watching and on to the next replay.